Hello. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to have you here with us. We want to present you today the BRAWO Magnavity, which is our answer to the rehabilitation of sewers on domestic grounds and inside of buildings. I'm Gunther Kaltenhäuser. I'm the presentator today, and I will do this with the help of Mike Coulter behind the scenes. You won't see him, but he's always with us. And also with us, Nils Jankowski, our leader of the technical department, who will install later on the liner together with Maximilian Fritz, who is also one of the brains which developed the BRAWO Magnavity. So, what was our idea of while developing the machine? The idea was to have an ideal system for the rehabilitation on domestic grounds in difficult surroundings and difficult pipe and sewer geometries. And the same idea we transferred into the house, so it's also possible to use this machine easily, more easy inside of the buildings, in the basements, or even on top of the buildings on the rooftops. Yeah. First of all, we want to show you what I already described. So the machine is really light. It's just 60 kg in weight, so you can easily transport it to the basement, or, yeah, if necessary, even inside the buildings on top of the roof. Yeah. Okay, we have some USPs in the machine, which I want to present you now before we start later on the installation process. Beware of the hose package, Mike. So you see here the garage, and inside of this garage we have one of the hearts of the machine, the LED head. Yeah. It's an UV LED system, which means we have here LEDs on the system, 96 high efficient LEDs, which work in wavelengths of 395 nanometer. Yeah. And the head is cooled. It's a special cooling system during the process, during the hardening process. And one absolutely unique USP is a magnet on top of the head, which is connected to this cover while installing the liner. So the idea is we invert the liner halfway, then connect this cover with this head, and invert the rest of the liner together with the LED head. And at the end of the inversion process, you have the LED head at the end of the sewer as well, and can directly start the hardening. So this is something we will show you right now, and then later on during the installation process as well. So first of all, I have to remove this garage here. Yeah. You see inside of this garage, the LED head is normally parked. And here we go. This is a retraction unit here. Very easy, light, and small. Yeah, and I have to open it a little bit more. And here comes the head. Yeah, that's it. Then we use this cover later on. Max will help me with that. So Mike, can you come to the control device, please? Over here you see our control device. Yeah, we have the speed control, we have the pressure control, temperature control, and electricity control. Yeah, speed control I will show you directly when you choose the liner type, BRAWO Liner XT or BRAWO Liner 3D, DN100, 150. This is the liner which will be installed today. Yeah, you choose the diameter in 100, or even better 150, yeah, which is the bigger diameter today, and then you have the speed of 0.5 meter per minute directly automatically given by the machine. So the bar and the temperature we will see later on better during the process, as well as the electricity. With the electricity we can check if the LED head works in the right way, or if something is wrong. So come back to the unique system, the magnet. Yeah, here you see we have an intuitive user interface, as you already have seen. It's very, very easy to handle. Here you see the magnet is off, and now I will put it on, and it's on again. Yeah, we will show you again. I will disrupt the connection. So now it's off. Probably we can have a look on the head. Max will help me. So it's off. Yeah. And now Mike coming back to our device here. Now it's connected. It's not removable anymore. And this is the idea. So this head, this cover is connected to the liner end, and then you can pull in directly the LED head while during the inversion. So I will reconnect. Yeah. Once again, we will see now reconnect via the control device. Ready, and it's off again. Yeah. So the most important thing in this case, or in this technology, is that we are able to install a liner from one opening. You just need one manhole, for example, one small chamber, and you can install a liner through bends, couple of bends. Yeah, we did this in a DN100 with some 90-degree bends up to 50 meter, close to 50 meter pipe length. And this was the idea, because in a lot of cases in domestic sewer systems you have this situation. Okay, the cable length is 50 meters, is the hose package, yeah, which we have here on the reel. And what I want to show you as well before we start the whole process is the protocol, the documentation we do of the different speed, bar, and temperature. We are able to produce a protocol directly on the USB stick you have here in the machine. Yeah, directly the machine produces a PDF file, and you can load this PDF file on your normal laptop, for example. And beside this, you can also use a wireless LAN connection with your mobile device. Could be in a mobile phone or a tablet. You just have to connect yourself via wireless LAN with the BRAWO Magnavity here. You see on my mobile device. Yeah. So it's connected with the WLAN of the machine, of the BRAWO Magnavity. Then you use your camera, and you can just, without any special apps, you can scan the website, open it. Depending on the connection, you have here again the protocol. You see the pressure, temperature, electricity, yeah, and you can follow the whole installation process via your mobile phone due to this protocol. When the LED at the machine is started, automatically started here as well. And at the end, again, you can download the protocol file and send it directly via email to the office, for example. There is a question. Thank you. Question. We have a couple of. Does the magnet get dragged through to the end of the liner? Yeah, we will see this during the installation process, but generally, yes. After connecting the magnet with the end of the liner, it will be pulled through until the end of the sewer, and then you can directly start the hardening process. Yeah, and this is what we will do now. Our guys, Niels and Max, will now start the hardening process. You see already connected the garage here with the sluice. Yeah, and now the liner will be first of all installed halfway through the pipe, and then you will see the connection of the magnet, which will be done from Maximilian Fritz. So the liner I mentioned is BRAWO liner 3D DN100 150. We have a pipe length of roughly 6 meters. first DN100 with the bend, and then the diameter change at the end, another bend in the DN150. The liner is impregnated with the resin BRAWO LR, which is our light resin. It's a styrene-free vinyl ester resin, and the impregnation was done roughly 1 hour before this installation process. Yeah, now you see the typical inversion of BRAWO liner, the inversion drum. On the hose package, there is a camera system included, which has a front eye and a back eye view. So you can see the installation process of the liner when you invert it, and you can also have a look on the liner during the hardening process with the back eye camera function. So process is controlled now, and when we reach roughly halfway inside the pipe, it will be stopped and the magnet will be connected. So now you see the sluice. Yeah, the sluice will be closed. So the liner is still under pressure then. Yeah. On the other side of the sluice, the liner in the pipe is under pressure, so we prevent the liner from falling down. And we have another question, yeah? And then therefore we still have the quality which we want to have with BRAWO liner. So the question is, how is the light head cooled? What is the maximum temperature? What is the waterproof level for the light head IP number? So light head is cooled via air. We'll see this later on as well. Yeah, and the maximum temperature shouldn't be reached, 70 degrees. We never reached this. And if something went wrong, for example, the cooling system, the air connection is interrupted and the head getting in a higher temperature, it will stop automatically to save any damage on the LED. So now we see a very important part of the installation process, the connection of the LED head with this small cover. Yeah. Max Fritz connects the LED head with the cover, and the cover is connected, you see, with a rope to the end of the liner, which is, as I said, on the other side of the sluice. So, and after it's connected, now the magnet is on, it works, and we will finish the installation process, and the head is automatically inverted with the liner to the end of the sewer, just by using one opening. The sluice is opened again, and now head and liner will be inverted until the end of the pipe. Here you see the close view on the control device. and the installation of head and liner. Niels, have you already started the cooling of the head? Yeah. So Niels changed already from the air pressure supply to the head. So now the head is giving the air into the liner for the installation, for the inversion. And after we start the hardening process, the UV LEDs, this air will also cool the LED heads, which we can see on the control device later on. The temperature will be quite low. So another question, what if the Y junction is a small diameter and you do not want to overshot into the main line? What is the maximum distance between the light head and the Y junction? Max? Can you help me here with the answer? It's a small diameter. We don't really understand the question. What if the Y junction is a small diameter, you do not want to overshot into the main line? What is the maximum distance between the... Yeah. When you just have access to one side of the pipeline, can install like we do with closed ends, then you need a special cutting system, but you will lose, of course, the end of the liner in the main line. The better way should be to work with a calibration hose and to use an open end installation. And there we have two options besides the calibration hose. You can also use an end cap, which we also did in a couple of trials, and it worked quite well. Yeah, transparent calibration hose is one way to do it. Then you connect the magnet, the head, directly with the calibration hose, and the installation process is like you know from other installations. And the other option is to use an end cap with a special glue. So other questions? It's the maximum distance between the end cap and the light head. Normally you have 20 to 25 centimeters in between the knot and the light head, but with an end cap, you don't need that much distance. Mit der Endkappe brauchst du nicht so viel Abstand. Okay, so you go with the head into the end cap. Okay, yeah. You overrun the liner during the installation with the end cap, and you just get into the end cap with the LED head. Okay. So another two questions. Is insert? Oh, now it's just hold a second, please. We've got a lot of questions. Is the inversion speed controlled only by the air pressure? You need to increase the air pressure when the liner goes from 100 to 150 section. Maxi, wir müssen den Luftdruck nicht erhöhen, wenn wir von 100 auf 150 gehen, oder? No, the air pressure doesn't have to be increased from 100 to 150. Yeah, and the inversion is controlled just by the air. Yeah, so you have exactly the same inversion process like you have with ambient curing water or steam curing, and we don't have to increase the air pressure during installing from 100 to 150 or 70 to 100. And the next question, so the light head will work through a calibration hose? Yes, indeed it will, but you need a transparent calibration hose, of course, to get the light through the hose onto the wall of the BRAWO liner. And the last question we have here, is it possible to use this equipment without all this bulky parts and the drum? Well, generally, yes, it's possible, but the idea is that we save the liner quality during the process because we still hold the pressure in the liner. And if you don't hold the pressure, so you can use it also without the sluice, but then the liner will fall down and you have to afterwards bringing back up again via getting air pressure inside. And then you have a risk of wrinkles and also you have a kind of risk of mechanical damage on the inner side of the foil when you just push an LED head in, for example. But you can do. We prefer this way because it's better for the end result of the liner and the quality you have later on. And well, it looks a little bit bulky, yes, but it's you can buy it one time and you have it for a lifetime. This is the advantage of the bulky system. We need air. It's, I think, 400 to 500 liters per minute air, exactly 400 to 500 liters per minute. And Maxi, do you have an example of a compressor we use? So we use, for example, Kaiser M13, which is quite enough. And as I said, 400 to 500 liters air per minute. The special transparent Kelly hose, is this a multiple use or single use product? We prefer a single use product, John, because we think it's yeah, it's easier to handle. Yeah, you always have some wastewater to handle with, and you have oil on the calibration hose. Therefore, it's a one-time product. One-use product. Yeah. Okay. Now we do the installation. Yeah. Should I have a look on that? Okay. Yeah. So now we will reconnect. We will put the magnet off. Yeah. Now the head is free, and we can start the hardening process. Once again, and that's it. Yeah. Light is on. We have normally we stay with the head roughly 2 minutes at the end of the liner and start the retraction process, the pullback process, and afterwards. In this case, now it will be started. Yeah. Mike, once again, please. Please do the touchscreen again with your gloves on. Yeah. So you see, also with gloves, it's possible to use the touchscreen. Yeah. And now you already start the pullback process. Yeah. So the head is already pulled back. Mike, at the end, we can see the light if you want. Just have a short look on that. Here you see the light at the end, and now it will be pulled back through the 150, the 100, through the sluice to our garage again. Yeah. Here's the retraction unit. We can stop the pullback process via this button. We can show later on. And we have an automatic stop function here in this retraction unit. If someone is interrupted during the process, the retraction, the pullback will stop automatically at the end of the installation, again, to prevent any damage on the LED head, just as a safety measure. During the process, we measure the length. Yeah. He put in 0 when he started the pullback, and now we are 70 centimeters away from the start. Ja, haben wir geantwortet. Ja. One thing I can show in between, Mike. So we have a lot of safety measures to prevent any damage at this head. Yeah. The question was about the temperature. We will have a look later on, but generally the head shouldn't get higher temperature than 70 degrees. And if so, because probably the air supply is interrupted and the head is not cooled, it will directly shut down when we reach these 70 degrees. But even in the case you have a problem with the head, whatever, you are able to reconnect a new head very, very easily. Yeah, you remove a head, an old head, for example, and just reconnect it very easily on site, and you can start the hardening process again. The maximum length is up to 50 meters. We have a hose package of 50 meters, so you of course will lose probably 1 to 2 meters from the BRAWO Magnavity machine to the entrance of the pipe, but generally close to 50 meters, in between 45 to 50 meters from one opening. And we did a lot of trials, as you can imagine, where we did a DN100 with a couple of bends and 45 meters just via pulling it in with the liner. So another question from John: is the unit available in both 110 voltage and 240 volt, or only 240 volt at present? It's available in both. 240 volts and also 110 voltage for the UK, for example, John. You're welcome. Just a second. Kannst du mal die Kamera übernehmen, dass Mike an die Fragen kann? We have a couple of new questions. Just a second, please. The diameters can do is 100, 150, 225. Well, this is a question from UK again. We have diameters. It's able to do 70 to 250. The idea was, when developing the machine, to do 100 to 200, but during the trials we did, we realized that it's possible to use the LED head also in a 70, in 70. Yeah, but there it's not that good when it comes to bends. You can use it also for one bend 45 degrees, for example, but not multiple bends with 90 degrees as you can do in a 100. And on the other side, the 250, you can use the head as well, but you have to do the hardening process with slow speed. Then this is what we answered already. No, doesn't make sense, and this is not our way of thinking. We know that there were trials with other systems, but we don't need. We install it via air pressure and do light curing. And if you want to use water, you have to do the normal process with epoxy resins, for example, temperature curing via hot water. So actually, we use the curing speed of 0.5 meters per minute. And this is something we can use in the DN150, and we stay to the speed in the 100 as well. You can, if you want, increase the speed a little bit in the 100, but at the end, it doesn't make any main difference because you won't save much time. This bleed off is that what the hose is for of the back of the drum. Again, the question It's about the air. Yeah, it's a normal process with the air. We just use the tube to reduce the noise in this hall. Therefore, we did this extension, but you don't need it generally on site. Okay. Well, we cool it down via air pressure, not via water. So you need at the end air pressure. Question about the CFM. What's CFM for? Okay. You're not really sure the CM, what was it, Mike? CMM? CFM? Probably it's the air you need. You need 400 to 500 liters per minute air pressure. An air dryer needs for the air pressure to the light head. Air dryer is already installed. You see here this the small device here. It's a water and oil separator, which is already included in the machine here. So something we thought about during the development, and this is the thing what you need, which is already included. You don't need any external extra devices. What's 400 LPM? Yeah, exactly. 400 to 500 liter per minute. Question from Singapore. And what are, yeah, Mike answered it already in the chat as well. Yeah. So where are we? Nils? Where are we? Okay. Yeah, this is something we can show as well. Please. Now we have the back eye view on the control device. As I mentioned, we have front eye and back eye. We are roughly 1 meter away from the sluice, from the end of the liner, and you see the back eye now, so you can really check if everything is okay, if the liner still is fine during you pull back the light head. Well, the system is specially made for BRAWO liner, for all BRAWO liner types, and it suits perfectly well as well as the BRAWO liner able to go through a couple of bends. That was the main idea behind. Yeah. So the system is BRAWO liner, BRAWO LR, the light resin, and BRAWO Magnavity, and this is the package to get the best out of BRAWO liner and the best quality when it comes to rehabilitation of domestic sewers and in-house pipes. Okay, probably because before we finish the process, are we close to finishing it? Okay, the head will come. I will wait a minute. Here it is, Mike. There it comes already. Yeah. We reached the end of the pipe. As you can see here, our head is close to the sluice, and the process is already finished. Yeah, we use a Kevlar rope. Yeah, Maxi, use a Kevlar rope, exactly. Well, another question from Spencer from the UK. The BRAWO LR is a styrene-free vinyl ester resin. It has a little shrinkage, so it won't bond like an epoxy resin to the inner side of the wall. of the old pipe. It's really, really close to the old pipe. You don't have the same effect like you have with epoxy resin. It has shrinkage, yeah, indeed it has. Therefore, we still stuck to the idea, not the technology gives construction side, but the other way around. Yeah, the construction side gives you the technology or tells you what technology you have to use. We still have the 4 hardening methods like ambient curing, water, steam, and light curing, but now as a compact system of BRAWO systems, BRAWO Liner, BRAWO LR, and BRAWO Magnavity. So the process is finished, Niels. We are ready? Yeah, okay. Then you're still able to ask questions, but I would like to summarize a little bit. So the BRAWO Magnavity, the technical data we mentioned, it's just 60 kilogram in weight. The length is 72 centimeters. The width is 50 centimeters, and it's roughly 96 centimeters high. So a very compact system. The connected load is 1.2 kilowatt. As John asked already, it's able to be used with 230 volt and 110 volt. Yeah. The maximum range is 50 meters, but from one opening, you don't need 2 openings, like 2 manholes, to pull the system in, because it's directly inverted with the liner. The head diameter is 45 millimeter, and we included also in the head a counter for the hours you use the head. So the hours you use the head are counted. The lifetime is 500 hours in general, and you are able to check via the machine if the head has already, let's say, 200 or 300 hours of working time. Another question is there? Well, the center of the UV head is not necessary because we have enough power even when we are in like now you have to help me, Sohle liners in the ground, yeah, on the bottom of the liner. You don't have to do it centralized. In diameter 70 up to 250, it works quite well, but I would say 250 is the borderline. So as I said, the speed is then very slow. It's just 0.1 meter per minute. And when you want to go upper, you have to use other machines. But this is not our approach. We want to have a machine for domestic sewer systems and for in-house. Yeah. After, sorry? Yeah, it's also possible to push the light head and hose into the liner. You can also connect it with another rope and pull it in if you want to. But if you want to push it, you are limited. We tested, Niels, up to 10 meters. Yeah, 10 meters, because we have to have a look on the hose package again. Because our hose package here is really, really flexible. And this is why it goes through bends. Yeah, and this is the main idea. We want to go through difficult geometries, so you are able to use BRAWO liner for what it is, for difficult geometries and the complex pipes you have on domestic sewer systems. Exactly. Yeah. After 500 hours, we recommend to change the light head, because then the UV LEDs. The power of the UV LEDs will be too much reduced, and you won't be able to harden the whole wall thickness, and you won't have the same quality. Yeah, but 500 hours, I would say, way a lot. Yeah, we generally recommend to have the machine and one extra head, yeah, just to be prepared for any situation. And another question, yeah, is the LR a 1-part resin? Also, do you use less resin comparing it to the 2-part resin when wetting out the liners? Well, the LR is a 1-component resin. Yes, it is. You just have to mix it up a little bit after opening the bucket. But the amount of resin is more or less comparable to the epoxy. Also, when you weld the liner, it's more or less comparable. But the whole process is very, very close to the version of BRAWO liner with epoxy resin. But come back to the main question, it's one component resin. Yeah. Have you tested the system in vertical in-house pipes? Well, it will work for sure, but you have to be aware of the shrinkage. Yeah. When you are able to connect the vertical on top, yeah, for example, with a manchet, yeah, and on the bottom line with a manchet, then you can think about using it in verticals as well. But as I said before, and one question from the UK was in the same way, be aware of the shrinkage. If you are a little bit unsure, use BRAWO liner with epoxy resin. Okay, and I come back to the summary. Yeah, we mentioned the diameters already and the air requirement. So, are there any more questions? Seems no. If there are no questions, I will probably answer a question who no one wants to ask. The price of the machine is 67,500 euros. Yeah, once again, 67,500 euro. 67,500 euros is the price for the machine. And as I said, we recommend to have an extra head on site, which is 6,950 euros. Price, yeah, I have to mention that. And if you want to directly order now, Mike, please show our 10 machines which are ready to be delivered. So if so, we are able to help you if you want. I had to say this. Well, at the end. Yeah. Is there another question? Okay. If not, we are able to answer your questions, of course, also after this live presentation. So if you have something, come back to us, write us an email or stay in the chat. It will be open for 1 to 2 minutes, and then we will answer the questions which you probably have afterwards. Thank you very much for joining us today. It was a pleasure to have you with us, yeah, via this video conference. And thanks a lot to the people who helped me. Mike, who was always in the background, behind the scenes, yeah, Max and Niels, thank you very much. Yeah, I think it was convincing. There is Mike, and stay healthy. All the best. Thanks again. Bye-bye.